The spooky castle has been sitting empty in my valley for far too long, and I've just decided to transform the interior into a build inspired by Hogwarts and Harry Potter. Let's check it out. Welcome to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. In the first room, I decided to make kind of like a traditional hallway you might see in Hogwarts, filled with all of the enchanting portraits. If I could put ghosts in this room, I definitely would. I just wanted to fill basically the entire room with all different types of portraits, make it really like a massive gallery room. There's also some candelabras, some chandeliers, the little insignia above the door, kind of like representing that it's a school. And then I thought that these levers from the Emperor's New Groove would be perfect for a Hogwarts build. They just remind me of Hogwarts, okay? They just seem perfect. So this is the front room, just kind of like a generic Hogwarts hallway, but it definitely makes me feel like I'm at Hogwarts right away. So let's check out the first room to the back here. This room feels so magical to me. This room, of course, is inspired by the Great Hall, and whenever I walk in here, I just want to go dun 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 dun. So one of the main things that inspired this whole build, aside from my love for Harry Potter, is actually that we do have a floating candle item in game, which is just perfect for the Great Hall. So of course those had to go all over the ceiling. We have the 4 long dining tables stretched across the room, one for each house. As you can see, they're all represented by those gemstones on the tables in the back. Now, in the back, we also see that little podium, and I have Merlin here posing as Dumbledore because he gives Dumbledore vibes, okay? With the little pedestal and the book there about to give his announcement for the beginning of the school year. Of course, the tables are filled with plenty of lush desserts. It's just one of the magical parts of Hogwarts is all the food, although I've heard from interviews with the cast that the food on set on the tables in the Great Hall was actually quite disgusting because it was like out for long periods of time and they couldn't eat it. But anyway, it looks really good in the film. It was a little difficult to squeeze a room of this magnitude in such a small build, but hopefully I've done it justice. Let me know what you guys think of this build. Now let's check out this room to the left. This room is Snape's potion classroom. So I've used these tables as little desks, and I dropped lots of little quill and ink sets, books, potion sets, all little kind of like witchy knickknacks, candles here and there. This little deadly nightshade potion set from The Nightmare Before Christmas seemed appropriate. And then in the back of the room, I of course needed Snape's potion cabinet, where apparently everyone steals supplies, as well as a chalkboard here because it is a classroom. Unfortunately, the chalkboard item has this like garland here, so it does feel very Christmassy, which isn't bad for Hogwarts. But anyway, I kind of wish that there was a variant that didn't have that, so it would be a little bit more neutral. But anyway, there's also this giant potion bottle, which I had to include, of course, in the potions classroom as well. And then I ended up using Jafar's alchemy set here as a little potion brewing station in the front of the classroom. And this is where I imagine Snape would kind of stand and give his lessons. So this is Snape's potion classroom. Now for the final room across the hall, I decided to make a common room. And don't worry, I have actually made a build for every single common room. So stay tuned for yours. But let's check out the first one. So I was not surprised to learn that I am a Hufflepuff. Okay, loud and proud Hufflepuff here. Where are my Hufflepuffs at? So I obviously had to go for a very yellow themed room, and greenery and plants were definitely needed for this build as well. For these common rooms, I've kind of done a blend of like a little common room sitting area as well as like a bit of a dormitory area. I've kind of like blended the two into one space for each room. So we have a little sitting area here. I felt like the beanbag chairs were just like so Hufflepuff, and of course they were yellow, so they were even more perfect for the build. Of course, lots of plants dangling everywhere. These yellow curtains worked fabulously for this window. I think I might have to do this little trick for most of my builds now because I love how you can cover up the center of that window with the curtain. And again, the curtains were yellow, so I wanted to keep it very kind of like monochromatic throughout this room. Again, lots of plants. I thought that this little Wally coffee table bathtub situation was yet again another perfect Hufflepuff touch. Lots of little dried herbs. You know, we're into herbology, we're into our plants, we love it. So this is the Hufflepuff common room area. I really like how this one turns out, and I would definitely gladly live in this Hufflepuff room. So my fellow Hufflepuffs, let me know what you guys think. Since we are limited to decorating one main room and 3 rooms in each of these houses, I found it best to just make one of the rooms my common room, and that's kind of what I would recommend you do if you want to do a Hogwarts inspired build as well. But obviously you can do whatever you want. I actually have a lot more ideas for different rooms I could build inspired by Hogwarts. It was really hard for me to actually choose which rooms to include in this house. But yeah, I thought that one common room here would do it justice, but I do have 3 more common rooms to show you, so don't go anywhere. Next up, here we are at the entrance to the Ravenclaw common room. Let's take a look inside. For Ravenclaw's common room, I of course had to go all out with a blue theme. They're known for loving learning and their admiration for knowledge and creativity. So I wanted to, of course, have tons of books and learning spaces for them to explore in this common room. So we have a bookcase, a globe, lots of books behind each of the Ravenclaw beds. Here you'll see books. They also have a telescope in their common room. And then here in the front, we have a little sitting common room area. Of course, I had to put Phil in the corner because I feel like Ravenclaws also love art. They just love knowledge and learning. So I wanted to include lots of little spaces that alluded to that. So if you're a Ravenclaw, let me know what you think of this room. Of course, an entrance like this can only mean it is the Gryffindor common room. Let's go inside. Okay, I know I said I'm Hufflepuff, and maybe I'm supposed to say that that common room is my favorite, but actually, I think the Gryffindor common room is one of my favorites too. I think this was a little bit easier for me to build because I actually can see what this one kind of looks like in the movie, whereas some of the other common rooms we don't really see throughout the movie series. So for this common room, I used a bunch of these Mulan curtains. This is one of my favorite items to use currently, and I use them to kind of section off these separate little dormitories for each of the students. So here we have little tables and chests for each of the students in the room. I figured that the chests could also double as the trunks that the students bring to school, so we have that. Of course, I had to mix in a bunch of lion decor throughout this build just to give it that Gryffindor feel, so plenty of the Lion King items came in handy. Here we can see even little Trevor has made his way into the common room. And then here we have a third bunk here with a little sitting area in front of the fire, which I thought that this fireplace was perfect because again, it has those deep burgundy curtains surrounding it. And then I just placed a little painting above the door just to give it more of that Hogwarts feel. So this is the Gryffindor common room. I really love how this one turned out. It definitely gives me Hogwarts vibes. If you're a Gryffindor, let me know what you think of this common room in the comments below. Something bad would would probably happen to me if I forgot about the Slytherin common room. So let's go and see that one. So here we are in the Slytherin common room. Of course, I had to go all out with the all over green theme. We have a little sitting area here in the front with a little dragon trophy, which just felt perfect for a Hogwarts build. I really love this fireplace here as well. Again, lots of candelabras against the walls. And then I used these lovely green windows throughout the room, as well as this chest from Encanto, which was just kind of perfect going along with the green theme as well. Against the front of the room, I have a table with some potions, a Venus flytrap. I figured that's just like dangerous and definitely suits the Slytherin house. As you can see, there's broomsticks throughout this room because of course the Slytherins have the latest broomsticks for their Quidditch team. There's a few art pieces along the walls in here. Really just wanted to stick with the green theme. And then I did display Gaston's portrait in here because I feel like Gaston is definitely a Slytherin. I don't know about you guys. Let me know what house you think Gaston would be in. I really love the combination of the floor and the wallpaper in this room. To me, it just screams Slytherin. So if you're in the Slytherin house, let me know what you think of this common room build. Harry Potter and Disney Dreamlight Valley is a crossover I didn't know I needed. I had so much fun transforming this spooky castle into a Hogwarts build. And in the comments, I want to see a battle between the houses, okay? I want to see which house has the most people in the comments. So let me know which house you're in. You could even just comment a little colored heart signifying which house you're in, whether it be red for Gryffindor, yellow for Hufflepuff, green for Slytherin, or blue for Ravenclaw. I hope this build gives you some inspiration this spooky season, but I think that this would be a fun build to do any time of year. I actually think it would be really fun to put in some little Halloween touches, like pumpkins, especially in the room like the Great Hall, or even transforming this space to be suited for Christmas with little garlands scattered throughout the castle and Christmas trees in each of the common rooms. So hopefully this gives you the inspiration you didn't know you needed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.